What's that shit y'all was telling me it's called? I don't want to fuck it up, but I'm about to use it. A feedback sandwich or a compliment sandwich? What was it called?
Yeah, compliment sandwich. Yeah,
compliment
sandwich.
I'm still not exactly sure how that shit work, but I'm gonna get it together.
You say some nice shit, some negative shit, and then some nice shit again.
Oh, that's how that go. It gotta be some. All right. My shit might not have. I don't got no negative right now, but I'll find some.
All right, I'm gonna give you the
You don't
thumbs
always
up
have
when
to do it.
I'm gonna play the intro, and then I'm gonna give you a thumbs up when it's time to go. I stopped making it so that y'all can hear it, so y'all only gonna hear like us, right? But. I might have to recut that in post. Y'all will know the difference. It's all good.
All right. Y'all always be forgetting what number this shit is.
14?
Yeah, I think so.
14 it is. 14 it is. Let me know.
Nah, it's on you. We ready when you are, fam.
Oh, shit. Peace. Choose to Inspire, Not Destroy podcast, episode 14, and we're back. I got my guys with me, Rion, Brandon, Kofi. I'm G. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time, you're welcome. You're in a safe place. We appreciate you. If you've been here before, thank you for sticking with us. We hope you've been enjoying the show, the content, just the growth in the channel. Today, we're talking about what's your purpose in life. But before I get to that, I got a compliment sandwich for my guys. It's something I've been working on. They've been training me. So supposedly it works. You say something good, you say something bad, you say something good. I don't have anything bad to say. I just want to say thank you, fellas. Respect to all of you. I appreciate you. This show is very important to me, and you've been invested. You've been involved. You've cared for it the same way I have. Brandon, you're doing your thing, King, with the producing. Kofi, Rion, you're making it happen. You're showing up. If nobody else enjoys it, I enjoy it. This is for us. I just want to thank y'all, send some praise, some love, and let y'all know it's from the heart. It's very much appreciated.
Salute. We appreciate you too, King. 100.
Thank you. It's kind of want to cry. It's cool.
Now you get to tell us where we fucking up.
Yeah. But first, I just want to sprinkle in what I think my purpose in life is first, and then I'm gonna jump right out because this is not my total purpose, but one of my main purposes is to beat Rion at everything he challenges me. He will never defeat me. Armageddon will never take this land. Now I'm gonna fall back, and one of y'all could go ahead and talk about what you think your purpose is.
Yo, hold on. I just want to state for the record, since we talking about how Rion can never beat you. On the episode with Christopher, episode 11, I think it was, he said he was higher than me in both PlayStation and Xbox, and that's just demonstrably not true. I'm gonna insert the clip right here where you're like, I'm better than you in both of them. Right
insert
here.
The clip, and then also insert my current trophy level. Insert the clip, and then also insert my current trophy level.
Yeah, I'm gonna insert it where mine's is higher than yours.
Oh, so you're not gonna show the Xbox?
Nah, you said you were better than me in both of them. I'm gonna bow. Yo, respect. You're beating me in Xbox. You were telling half the truth.
He's trying to combine his score from both systems.
I won't even go. I won't even go into the stats of how I won't even go into it. But all right.
What's up? Who's up first? Well, actually, Rion, you said you know what your purpose in life is.
I definitely know what my purpose
context
is.
Real quick, Rion, hold on, because this is not originally what I wanted to talk about, but I met a kid today, and I can't remember his name, but he was young, 18-year-old kid, and he had so much passion that he inspired me, like for real. He was talking about his music, art, his craft. He was well put together with the things he was saying. He had a good head on his shoulders, and he was focused. So he knew what his purpose was, it seemed like. And it was a blessing that he found that early. And I feel like there's people out there still struggling. They think their purpose is or not even believing that their purpose is great enough for them to pursue it. So, you know, I know we usually keep it emotional and about feelings and love and all of that stuff, and we're still doing that. But we're here to inspire also. So let's just show another side.
Okay. So my purpose, I told you, I think it's very simple, and I feel like it should be everyone's purpose on this planet Earth, because we don't live forever. And mine is just making sure you pass on your legacy with all your information, all your knowledge, to be better than yourself, be better than the people before you. And I just think that's humans' purpose. And not too many people actually believe that shit. Like when you ask people, yo, what's their purpose? They start to notch off all this stuff, and it sounds really selfish, but I've been telling everybody, and if anybody know me, it was always to pass on my genes, pass on legacy, and make sure I make a better version of myself throughout, like when I pass. And that's pretty much it. I told y'all it was simple. So everything that I do in life, everything that I try to accomplish is not really for me. It's, pave the way.
Man, dude, we normally expect you to say something salty and controversial. I can't argue with that at all.
To save myself when the world was crumbling.
Basically, I just jump in burning buildings and save children.
Oh man, is this what my character is on this thing?
Yes,
Mr.
yes.
Yes, it is, Ric Flair. Yes, it is.
Oh man.
Yo. I mean, I 100% agree with Rion, right? Like, my main purpose in life is to make sure that my daughter has a better life than I had, right? Like, that's my main goal, and to make sure, like, we're not going short sleeves to short sleeves, right? Like, what they say is, like, if you're poor, right, you work mad hard, and then, like, you come up with something, right? So you got some money. So the next generation has money, so they don't work as hard, and then by the third generation, y'all poor again. So my goal is to make sure that don't happen, right? Like, I had nothing. My daughter's gonna have something. I want it to be intergenerational, right? Like, I want everyone from my lineage now to be like a step further than the person before them. Aside from that, like profession and things like that wise, I don't think there's a such thing as like a purpose when it comes to that stuff, because I think you can reinvent yourself every chance you get, right? Like, you can be a firefighter yesterday and a doctor tomorrow, right? Like, you can just decide, right? Like, you can just decide,
I
like,
agree with you.
Yo, that was cool, but now this phase of my life is different. So I just don't really think you need to be like pigeonholed into a single thing. Although some people do. Like, some people like, nah, I'm gonna be an architect since they're 6, and they start making buildings. They start building buildings and designing structures, right? So, like, it's different for everyone.
Nice. Kofi, should I go?
Go ahead,
You want to close it out?
Sure, good.
You got something? Or you want
Yeah, I'll go. I agree with the both of you guys. I think purpose is obviously pass on your genes, pass on your legacy. I think my selfish purpose is to be wealthy, plain and simple. Because if not that, then I shouldn't say that. Along the road to that, you can then do all of the other things that people outside of the podcast normally name, like help everyone and feed the hungry. And yeah, great. You can do all of that on that road. And once you get there, you can do even more of it. I plan on hopefully being buried like Scrooge McDuck with a bunch of coins around me in my casket.
And there goes your the part that you wanted, Brandon. Ain't come for me.
That's gonna be the cutout right there. Bury me like Scrooge McDuck. Yo, what about you, G? What do you think your purpose is?
I'm actually gonna go a different route, and obviously I want to set an example for my kids and be a good husband and all of that stuff. But since starting this show and communicating with you guys and just really analyzing myself and the person I am, I feel like my purpose is to touch people. And I kind of want to manifest something, and I hope it doesn't come across strange or cocky or whatever, but I just want to speak openly and honestly, I feel like my purpose is to spark some sort of change in the world. I think that I have something very unique and special that if I let it out and it comes across the right way, it could touch somebody. It doesn't mean that I think I'm better than anybody else. I just think for me personally, it's something that I've been keeping tucked away for a long time. And people that know me personally to see me now, they have to see that there's a shift in my thinking, there's a shift in my behavior. I'm just a completely different person. So in being a different person, I just got to do different things, and I'm stepping into my purpose all the way.
When you say people would say you changed, what were you like before? Like what's different?
Homicidal maniac.
I was about to say, maybe Rion and Kobe should answer that because they know, they were there.
I would say for other people, it would have come off as unapproachable. Yeah, I really didn't give a shit because like I had to talk to you whether I wanted to or not, right? Just because the dynamic that we had going on, and actually having a conversation with you, you quickly understand there's more, and there's a reason.
Yeah, I would agree with Kofi. I would say from first glance it would be unapproachable, but just like Kofi, I don't mind speaking to people, and I also didn't give a shit. But then there was also that glance in you, that glimpse in you where it was just like, yo, this dude is really emotional. Nobody could be this angry and not emotional. Like it's a form of like emotion, right? Angry, aggression, whatever. And there's something behind it. And then speaking to you and hearing what was going on, I'm like, man, this guy is not really homicidal and crazy. And, I shouldn't just leave him up here on this floor by himself. He's actually going through some shit, So I was like, oh. And then when you start to like speak and you tear away little pieces of you, like, it's like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. So I don't think this is like a new you. I think this has always been you. It's just that layer that was covering it is now gone. You learned how to like shed that shit, and now you're able to express yourself freely. And you're always going to be like shedding layers throughout life. It's just that one negative piece, that negative layer is gone.
Yeah, so I agree. Because even when they're saying like you used to be a little crazy, right? Yeah. From my perspective, right, like when I was like 14, I can remember you literally giving me the shirt off your back, right? So like even though you were introverted, you still weren't like a cold person, right? Like you just are now able to express more of the person that you want to be.
Kofi, I wanna say something to you, and I don't know if I've ever told you this or not, but again, I'm big on giving credit on here, and I share a lot. So when I had that surgery, I had a mandibulectomy. For people who don't know what that is, that's when they have to remove part of your jawbone and replace it with a metal plate. So the plate looks like a bicycle chain with screws in it. So pretty much from my ear to the middle of my chin, I had to have all of the bone removed because I had a tumor in my jaw that was shattering the bone. And going through that, not being able to work, not being able to walk because they had to replace the bone in my face with bone from my back. So I didn't walk for a while. Kofi, you talked to me probably damn near every other day. You listened to me, you comforted me, I confided in you. When I was able to move around again, you took me to the temple, you introduced me to Buddhism, something that was important to you, something that I needed, because when we went to the temple and I was ashamed of my face because it was swollen and I had a scar that was so big, everybody smiled at me. Everybody was welcoming. I felt at peace. And you gave me that. So I've always appreciated you for that. It's part of the reason why I'm so connected to you and maybe a little overprotective, but hey, you're my guy. You're my brother. If I never thanked you, thank you. You played a huge part in my peace of mind, and I'll never forget.
Thank you for that. You have done the same thing for me, and that's how we get down.
That's how we roll. That's how we roll. Rion, you not crying yet? What's up, man? I know all of these feelings flying around is a little much for you.
Why do y'all view me as so cold? I need an outer body experience because I really gotta see myself outside. Because I don't feel like I come off as. You know what's so funny? The other day I was telling you the story, and you were there for it. I'm not gonna go into it, and you were like, "I knew you was gonna tell it like that." I'm like, "How am I telling it? I gotta see how I come off because I don't notice it, bro. I don't see it at all. This could be the reason why a lot of my problems."
It's kind of like you always spin the story in your favor instead of just delivering.
But I don't even see that.
And B, me giving you the shirt off my back, dog, like, you family, you my brother. No matter how much time has gone in between or whatever happened, you're right. I haven't been like a terribly destructive person physically. Like, I haven't gone around robbing and stealing and beating people up. So when I say I'm choosing to not destroy anymore, it's more like with my words. Because I'm the type that if my feelings are hurt, it's going down. It's not going to be no limit to what I'm going to say to you to get you to feel the way that I'm feeling. So again, you know, if you got the shirt on my back then, you can have the shirt off my back now. Like, you're doing a lot. You're assisting in what I feel like is my life purpose. All of you guys are. With this show, with this newfound friendship, just this movement. And I hope it inspires somebody out there because I'm fully inspired.
The shirt would probably fit B because he's a little smaller now. He's not really in my weight.
Yo, what did y'all
July 1st.
What's the deadline? July 1st?
I'm telling you now.
It's
I'm
not
recording
July
with no
1st.
shirt on.
July 1st. It was July. It was the end of July. It's not July 1st.
Oh, it's that you keep pushing the date.
No, I did not. I told you 3 months. I did not.
Just let me know when to show up, and I'm ready.
I wonder who is going to like be the cast member that really like connects first, right? Like that somebody hears it, somebody like latches on to something that someone says. Who's going to be that person? Like, is it going to be something that we're trying to deliver a certain way, or is it just like Scrooge McDuckin, right? Like, is somebody going to be like, yo, I need the Scrooge McDuck?
Everybody loves DuckTales.
Yeah. I used to love
You know what's funny? On my side, from what I hear, Kofi and G are like the most loved. Oh, you heard it? Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
No, from my side, from my like inner circle, they told me that. I'm like, what? What the hell happened to me and B?
I mean,
yeah, that's my own peoples. Yeah, but I kind of expect that from my own peoples. You know, they kind of expected that.
There are signs everywhere.
You ain't never showing no love. That's why you about to go in there.
Oh,
All I do is show love on here.
What are you talking about?
You should add a timer, a countdown timer, just for him.
We have a drinking game.
Yep.
B, you right though. I think it's gonna come. It's just gonna happen if it hasn't happened already, because it's been people that I didn't even think watched that hit me up, and they're like, "Yo, we love the show. We like it. Keep doing what you're doing." And the support is energizing. It really is. It's motivating.
Actually, if we got a second, so I have actually when I was growing up in Ridgewood, right? Like I had a friend who was like a year younger than me, and his sister at the time was like 6-7 years older than us. And when you're like 13, 12, 6-7 years, they're grown-ups at that point, right? Like they're in a whole different league, right? So like whatever, growing up, like she was like a big sister to all of us or whatever. And she hit me up on Instagram like this weekend and was like, yo, I just want to say like, yo, I appreciate like all the positivity that you're throwing out there. I'm mad proud of you and all that stuff. I didn't even know she paid attention to anything. And it had to be the podcast that was like the thing that she like really pushed her over the edge. Like, yo, let me reach out and like show some like direct support. And that's pretty fire.
That's it.
Word. It's fire. This is special. Like I'm a big it up and shout it out for what it is. This is not an ordinary situation to have 4 guys that have never been in the same room with each other in life ever to come together and to click. That's divine. That's not coincidence. That's not me just saying, okay, I picked 3 good people and that's it. That's us all being willing to make something work. You know, we see something in it. Y'all saw something in me. Y'all believed in what I had to say. So I'm not gonna let y'all down. This is gonna work. And we'll be helpful because that's the goal, to be helpful.
Man, we had to let that marinate for a second.
Wow, yeah.
Nah, we had to sit on that for a second.
My wife was saying that sometimes she need a little sound effects or something in between when I say something because I be dropping bombs and it just be like awkward silence.
I could absolutely do all of that and I've just like chosen not to. I'm like, let me not overdo it. We're mad conversational. I don't want to like have it be a cartoon. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm like, let me just chill.
Yeah. Nah, I get it. But it just, I mean, I feel good. I always recognize it. When it be silence, I'll be like, okay, I got off. I said something I needed to say.
Yeah, I mean, like for those who don't know, like we were recently on like featured on another podcast, like the Dad's Couch. And like shout out to those dudes for having us on their show. Hopefully we get to pay back the favor soon. And you can see like the difference between like our delivery styles, like their show versus ours. And they had the board, right? Like they were going in on the sound effects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And immediately when I saw it, I'm like, all right, maybe I shouldn't do it because I was gonna be dropping bombs. Like it would have just
been. That's what it'd be like. Flex.
Yeah.
You won't even be able to hear what we talking about. You just gonna hear.
Yo, you hear the part you hear, and you just fill in the blanks.
Yeah. Nah, I can dig it. I like what we got going. If you like what we got going, you see the growth in the channel. The new setup. That's all B. He's putting the time in, the work, just the effort to do these things without us even talking. He's just coming up with ideas. So respect to you on that. B, appreciate you for all you do. And like, comment, subscribe. Just be a part of us and our movement. We here for you.
Yo, before we I mean, we still got a little time, so we're not even about to wrap it up. But I wanted to ask a question related to the topic, right? So, like, who, like, offered, like, the most inspiration to you? Like, is there a person that you could single out and be like, yo, that person really, like, I idolize that person. Like, they pushed me to be a better version of myself. Okay, Cole, if I saw you nodding, you wanna jump in first?
Shit.
Oh wait, no. Rian was ready. Go ahead, Ree.
Huh? For me,
You gonna go? Compliment sandwich. Go ahead.
I did that. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Audio is messing up, so we're gonna let.
You guys are breaking up. Everything is freezing. So I heard that.
All right, we're gonna let G go first then. G, go ahead. Tell us who. Who inspired you?
First. Mine might be, honestly, I gotta give it to my wife, man. You know, she's inspired me in so many ways.
Come on, fam. Nah, come on, fam. We heard that already, man.
Nah,
she's behind the camera again.
You haven't heard. See, and that's the thing. That's also a part of my change. But you saying, how do I feel like I've changed so much and I'm a different person? It's kind of like my life went to master reset from her. So I gotta give it up. Like I can't front. I've been influenced by other people and other people have inspired me in certain ways, but my greatest inspiration comes from her because everything that I needed as a man, she provided. She gave me a
Ooh,
family.
you ready?
She
You
gave me,
ready? You ready for
yeah,
the hot water?
yeah.
How do you deal with, or how do y'all resolve like real debates, right? Like if you and her are like on different sides of the spectrum or something, how do y'all come together from there?
I'm saying now, cause she know how I get. So she let me win most of the time, and then she wait for me to come back and be like, "You was right." I'll be like, "Babe, you was right." She let me get it off and say whatever I want to say, and she just kind of look and nod and maybe respond a little bit, and then after I go away and I think about it, and I'll be like, "Damn, she did know what she was talking about. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about." I just gotta go back and be like, "Babe, you was right. We got a good system."
Oh, that's fire.
She let you defeat yourself
Yeah.
all the time.
The art of war. She's smart. I'm telling you, like,
Mental ninja.
Yeah, she let you defeat yourself.
yeah, she's good. She know I just need to go up and come down. When I come down, I'm good again.
Yo, hold on. I'm gonna answer that question first, right? So like, so I feel like we still sometimes are figuring it out, right? Like we haven't fought for real in like 2 years or something like that, like at least a year, right? Like the pandemic has been nice for us, right?
Yeah,
But
love it.
I mean, like we still like outside of that, like we still sometimes got to figure it out, because if we are like riled up, we go for the jugular. Like, I fucking hate you. Why are you even here then? Right? Like, and then like an hour later, we're like, yo, I was wilding. You know what? It was just like the heat of the moment. I saw red. I shouldn't have did that. Right? So like we're still trying to figure out how to like argue responsibly, right? Like that's a real adult move. Like figuring out how to like have a real disagreement with the person you care about and the person that you could hurt, right? The person you know all the screws, the twists, right? So like that's something that we're working on, and me specifically, right? Like I don't want to just put all that pressure on her, but the person who like inspired and inspires me, I normally always give credit to my moms, right? So like the person who adopted me, right? Like my moms, but like creatively and business wise, my pops, my god pops, he like started a business from an idea that like is uber successful, right? Like he's a very successful individual, and he like is in like space technology right now and is like the guy, right? Like he's been in like some news articles and things like that. Like he's really, really successful. So whenever I'm thinking, and I don't ever think I will, I don't even think I aspire to be that level of successful. That's just not like in my character. But he does provide a direct line to someone who made it happen, right? Who didn't come from a lot of money and like achieved a level of success that most people aspire to. So that's like someone who really kind of pushes me to like do a little more. If I'm giving 90, maybe I'll do the extra 10.
B, you cheated a little bit because you asked me a question about who inspired me most, and then for yourself, you twisted it and threw creatively and business in there. If I would have known, if you would have said creatively who inspired me the most, I'd have had a different answer. See?
Oh, what's the answer then? No, don't skirt it. What did it? What's it? What you got?
You playing games. I got you guys.
Oh,
You guys inspired me the most. You know, honestly, when I wrote that journal entry that kind of sparked all of this, that I sent all of y'all, the choose to inspire, not destroy thing, and you guys hit me back and was like, well, what do you want to do with this? What is this? And I didn't really have any idea. It was just some thoughts that I was writing down. And when I did my first recording by myself, and B, you were the first one to ask me, what's up with the podcast? What's up with the podcast? I sent you the record and you was like, I want to hear more. I spoke to Rion. I told him what I wanted to do. He didn't even let me finish my sentence. He was like, do it. Kofi, same thing. Do it. From the beginning of me wanting to do this, not just this show, because it didn't originally start with me asking y'all to do the show, with me just wanting to express myself and be creative. Y'all supported that. Y'all encouraged me. Y'all pushed me. Y'all motivated me. Y'all stayed in contact about it. You held me accountable. So I felt bad when I said, oh, I want to do it, and then I wasn't doing it. So I give that to y'all, man. Y'all my greatest inspiration, because right now this show and this project is my greatest thing that I got going on. Aside from my family, you know, that's a given.
Yeah, salute. Who want to answer next?
I'll go.
They don't want to go after me. That's why
I'll
they
go.
like when I go last.
I don't mind.
As
I
it,
don't
you the
mind.
rock star?
Yeah.
So-
Go ahead, Rion. Let's see what you got.
Huh?
Go ahead.
So the person that inspired me the most is, it sounds funny, it's my father, or as my mom would call him, my sperm donor. All right, I inspired to be everything that he was not. You know what I mean? Like, I've never met him, never seen him, but I always knew that's never one of the attributes that I wanted in my life. You know, I never wanted to be so distanced from family. So when I was always ready to create family and be there. So yeah, with him not being there, he enabled my mom's tutelage and shining and everything to shine way more. And I feel like that's what inspired me to not be that individual. And that's plain and simple. So,
So that's the person who told you what not to do, right? Like, is there an example of someone who was like the opposite?
what do you mean by the person that told me what not to do? He was never there. So I chose not to do what he wasn't there for. So he was never there for family. So I chose to be there for family. He was never there for any of these things. I guess I understand what you're saying.
Mm.
So what do you mean? What do you mean by like the person that like
Like I don't want to fill in the answer for you. Like I don't want to seed an idea into your head. So I'm trying to like purposefully keep the question kind of broad, right?
Well,
but like,
I would say then it would boil down to my mom. You know, a woman with a single child at the time, and you know they always say that you can't teach a man how to be a man through, but you know, a woman by a woman itself or whatever. A woman can't teach a man to be a man, right? And to an extent, I actually agree. But she did a great job. You know what I mean? She did a great job. I agree that, you know, men need to be around to complete a kid or to complete, you know, the balance of the equation. But she did a great job. And that's it. I'm not going to go into detail of every little thing, but that's who inspired me.
yeah, no. So I assumed you were gonna say your mom, but I didn't want to put that thought in your head and like fill in the blank already.
Respect to you, Mama Love. You did a great job. Rion is a good brother. He's strong. He's smart. He's family oriented. He looks out for his people. So respect and salute to you.
Yo, also respect and salute to you, Rion. Right? Like it's not enough times that we hear men get saluted for like picking themselves up, right? So like, salute to that. Go ahead, Kof. It's on you, bruh.
Oh, you mean, wait.
Okay.
He'll answer in 5 minutes.
Yeah, you froze.
So you want to finish what you were saying?
Huh? No, the thing is like chopping. So I'm like getting like little bits and pieces. I think it's lagging a bit.
I mean,
on you,
your
Kofi.
message got delivered good, so it's good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to cheat on this one. I'll say it wasn't one person. I feel like throughout life, it was bits and pieces from different people. So in the beginning, it was my mother and grandmother, hands down, right? They raised me. You know, even my brother, who I rarely talk about, was an example of what I didn't want to be or who I didn't want to be. As I got older and I stepped into, you know, we're 8 years apart, right? So as I got closer and closer to being an adult and seeing some of the things that, you know, he chose to do in adulthood, because he wasn't always a jackass, right? Like he went through some stuff, and he just became closer and closer to another male figure in his life, his dad. So But like after that, I mean, in college, right? Like, you know, you have so many people that you're around, and then you meet their parents. Like one person I can think of, who's a really good friend of mine, went to his wedding about a month ago. His dad, you know, was really influential, right? His dad at the time was, you know, they lived in Florida, and South Florida had a really nice crib, and we just picked his brain when we went to his house for spring break. His dad was CEO of a pharmaceutical company. Right? Like, when do you ever really get a chance to stay at someone's house like that and like actually get to have a conversation with them? And like throughout the years, you know, he went on from being CEO to, I think when I spoke to him at the wedding, he's like he came out of retirement and he's chairman of the board of some medical device company. Right. So like that's another influence. I look at, you know, my best friend's sister who followed her passion and works for the NBA, and gets to do really cool shit and like is able to turn around. And you know, the inspiration I get from her is like she turns around and gives back to friends and family without the blink of an eye, right? Like when I lived in Houston and the Heat were playing San Antonio, called her. She was like, listen, if you can make it to San Antonio in 4 hours, there'll be 2 tickets waiting for you.
Wow.
So, and it wasn't like, oh, we was up in the nosebleeds or anything. We were in the box with her, Gary Payton, Jim Jackson, and, you know, a few other people. So, you know, I think for me, it's bits and pieces of people, whether they be older, younger, same age, that I take and I'm like, you know, that's a really cool quality to have. I want to do that. I want to be in that position to be able to change somebody's life in that way or give a piece of advice at some point that could make a difference to someone. So, sorry I cheated, but I can't just narrow down one person.
It's fair. We'll give you a pass.
Good. Inspiration is inspiration. Yo, Rion, when your body gets to where you want it to be, you're going to let the people know that I inspired you, right?
Son, you act like I ain't never worked out a day in my life.
The question was, when your body gets to be where it would be, you gonna come on here and give me my props. Right? I just want my props. Give me my credit.
Dude, you didn't even put it out there that I inspired.
That you were?
Dieting.
Oh, you want me to put it up? All right, so real quick, since Brandon is doing what he's doing. This whole beef between me and Rion started with the body challenge, right? A couple of years ago. What was it? Maybe 2 years or whatever, 3 years. It was a little minute ago. I was like 270, maybe 270.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. And I'm short. I'm definitely not tall. I'm not 6'3", 6'4", where it almost makes sense.
You're not short. Aren't we the same height?
Well, then you're short. We're both short. Like, I'm aware that I'm not very tall. Well, if you're going off of, I guess, BMI and all of that, 270, 275 for my height, it doesn't fit. So I started a diet, intermittent fasting. And I went in full speed ahead, 16 and 8. That means you don't eat for 16 hours out of the day. You eat for 8 hours out of the day. And that's it. So I'm starting this diet. Me and Rion work together. And I'm sick one night. Sick as a dog. Because I'm not eating. My body is just not used to it. I'm throwing up at work. In the back. In a trash bag. So he comes to the back. First thing I hear is, yo, George, what's the matter with you? I'm like, damn, all right. I'm not feeling good. I'm sick. So I'm telling him, I'm explaining him the diet. The next thing he says is, oh, you're on one of them female diets. I was like, whoa. How sensitive is
that's inspiration right there, bro.
I'm damn near throwing up blood over here. And that's the first thing you say to comfort me? But now, guess who's calling for tips? Yeah, this is when you take over and let them know who's calling for tips.
About how that female diet might work.
That female diet works. Yes, it did. It did. It worked very well.
Hey,
it threw me off.
Bro, straighten out your tires like a path. My bad.
Yeah, it's dude. We're live.
Yo,
y'all gonna
speaking
watch
of being,
Loki this week?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Speaking of being live, with this setup, if we want to in the future, we can push it live to YouTube. Like we can go live on YouTube and have people like comment
Oh,
and
that's dope.
interact. Yeah, so we don't gotta wait. Like we can do it.
Yeah.
That'll be dope.
We need to give everything a shot. So if you're out there and you're watching
That'd be cool.
and you got some feedback, you know how to help the channel grow, hit me up, hit somebody up, communicate with us. We're not anti. We don't feel like we know everything and we got it all figured out. We're building this from the ground up, but we're doing it together, and we're gonna keep doing it together.
Yeah, we should do it as like a special, like episode 25, episode 50, whatever it is. Like we should do it like live.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. Recording day is one of my favorite days. Fridays when I know I'm
You put
going
it
to
out
get
there.
Austin
We're about to do a live show. Yeah.
is my favorite. Oh, before I forget, I gotta say this to y'all. I really do. Thank you for encouraging me to get this space together the way it is, B. Because
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's all me.
You inspired me. You inspired me.
I don't even need to say
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish that I could pan the camera so the audience would know how much this means and how serious this is, because there's no garage anymore. So my wife is like, wait, where are we going to put all the stuff that we usually put in the garage? It's over. This is the studio. So this got to work. This show has take off. I probably got to next winter, because it's good. You know, in the summer, you don't really put too much stuff away. But in the winter, when it's storage time, we got to be buzzing a little bit.
Yo, soon enough, I plan on like making a trip down there. And after that, she can't turn back after that point. Once I'm in the space.
Yeah. That's it. Ain't no going back now. Come out here and I chill. How matter of fact, let me ask you this. How do y'all feel about the growth of the channel so far? The direction it's going in? Because I never asked y'all. You know, y'all agreed to join it. Y'all joined it. Now we almost 15 episodes in. What do you think?
I don't view it by like the growth of the channel itself. I view it by like the growth of us, and I think we've been growing well. Like every episode, you see like something different and another level up. You know, as far as like subscribers and people that's paying attention, I'm not even like paying attention to that right now. I actually enjoy the conversations that we're, engaging in. Hopefully, somebody else that's watching it does it as well. But that's the way I measure the growth, and it's actually pretty good to me.
Great.
Yeah, same here. The subscribers will eventually come, and yeah, it'll be interesting when that happens.
Yeah, I think the fact that we all like go out of our way to make sure it happens, right? Like we were like, yo, Rion, you busy again? What about Tuesday? Yo, what about Wednesday? Thursday look good. Morning? Afternoon? Like, can you take a lunch break? Like we're like trying to make sure like we're on schedule. So that's nice.
Yeah. It's real effort. And it's not like we see all the time to where kind of that obligation is there, like, oh, what happened? You're constantly, we could just not speak or ever see each other if we want to go missing, but everybody's involved. Everybody's taking their time. Everybody's just trying to grow and get them. And I'm proud. I'm proud of us. I'm very proud of what we're doing. And I'm just going to keep saying it. I'm inspired. Just be inspired. Whoever you are out there, whatever you're going through, whatever you're dealing with, whatever you believe in, that if you feel like people not supporting you and they're not pushing it the way you want them to, that doesn't matter. It's for you. Do it for you. Put your head down, get to work, you get to where you need to be in time. It all takes time.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like the wrap up right there. So you might as well close it out. Whenever you get into the zone like that at the end, just wrap it up because you got
just
it.
Keep going.
That's like the Uncle Rush's words of wisdom. You should just do it.
Nah, I appreciate it. I look to you for the cues. Thank you. Episode 14 in the books. Choose to inspire, not destroy. Stick with us. Just be inspired. Peace.
Peace. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.